This is Australia's lineup of banknotes currently in circulation. They typically feature prominent Australian figures from history, such as Sir John Monash, a soldier, engineer and administrator, and one of Australia's greatest military commanders, David Unaipon, a preacher and inventor, and Mary Reibey, a former convict, convicted of horse stealing, who later became a successful businesswoman. These are just some of the prominent figures. Here are the $10 and $5 notes. Over the last few decades, the $5 note has featured the British Monarch, most recently the late Queen Elizabeth II. However, her successor, King Charles III, will not appear on future notes. To be fair, this was announced a couple of years ago, with the BBC reporting at the time. King Charles will not appear on new Australia $5 note, with the decision being welcomed by Aboriginal politicians and community leaders. Then Greens Senator Lydia Thorpe expressed excitement about the news, stating, "This is a massive win for the grassroots First Nations people who have been fighting to decolonise this country." In order to decolonise, you wouldn't just have to remove the picture of the monarch from the currency, would you? You'd have to remove the currency itself. The very concept of money surely didn't exist prior to colonisation. To really bring about decolonisation, Ms Thorpe would have to forego her $230,000 plus senator's salary and go back to, a pre-colonial barter system? While you're at it, you better get rid of factories, running water, communication systems, transportation infrastructure, healthcare, electricity, because, I'm fairly certain none of those things were here prior to colonisation. Where was I? Oh yeah, the $5 note. The Guardian, Australia's new $5 note to reflect First Nations connection to country instead of King Charles. According to the Reserve Bank of Australia, they have opened submissions for an artwork to honour the enduring emotional, spiritual and physical connection of First Nations people to the land, seas and waters. First Nations peoples continue to act as custodians to sustain and conserve country. There is an opportunity for all Australians to learn from Australia's original stewards on how to nurture and protect our fragile world. All that from a banknote? The theme should be represented in a way that recognises the diversity of First Nations peoples. The theme should be inclusive, recognising the nature of country varies, but it is all connected, the land, waters and sky. The artwork should avoid being tokenistic or stereotypical. The tone for the banknote is of a hopeful future where First Nation peoples' connection to country is celebrated and respected. I copied those requirements into an AI, and this is what it came up with. I don't know why there's a $sign painted on his chest, but there you go. To be fair to King Charles, he will still appear on our coins, with the ABC reporting. A beautiful memento, effigy of King Charles III, now on all coins made at the Royal Australian Mint. Anyway, that's what's happening with the Australian $5 note. First Nations connection to country in, the British Monarch out.